What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. Folks, let's talk about Igris. Let's talk about Sian Hilat and the impact he's been having on the Dark team. I'm on my free-to-play account, and I'm telling you guys right now, he is making things crazy for Dark. Now, I'm not usually that crazy of a hype man for a character because I know how this usually works. The meta shifts very often. People, are superstars for the first month. They come out, and then the next month, they're kind of forgotten. But I have to admit, Sian Hilat, Igris human form, has been a character I've always wanted to see in this world ever since the fan art came out, and ever since Igris was a shadow and they finally released it. And I'm telling you now, he is no slouch. As a matter of fact, he has made such a big impact that I'm doing hard mode right now, and I've got got a lot of time left, folks. When I use the water team with Cha, Surin, and I use, let's say, Maylin or Min in there on the hard mode with F2P, if you're watching my live streams, usually I have about like 30 to 40 seconds left maybe on this fight. Right now I had a whole, what is that, minute 30 something, and that's because of a couple mess ups on my end. Could have been even faster. So the fact that I don't even have Sun Kihun yet on this account, and the fact that I'm only using Sung Hilwan and I'm using Igris and Isla, and having this much time left, guys, it's got to say something. So let's talk a little bit about my journey here, because I know a lot of you have been following it. Many of you guys want to know where I'm at with Igris and if he's worth it. So I've made the video about whether he's worth summoning or not. You guys can check that out. We put a tier list out as well to explain how good he is as well too, right? You guys can see hard mode here. Obviously no applied buffs. Let's go over this for a couple seconds. Okay, yes, I finally did get him to A5. What did it cost me? You guys know the meme. Literally everything. I am currently officially broke. As of today, you guys can see there, what's today? Today is the 19th, I believe, of January. I've got 951 Essence Stones left with not much left to work on because I had to complete all of the Overseer's Library, which doesn't give you stones anyways. But the Architect's Test, I have to finish that whole thing. I did most of the story modes completed. I still got a little bit left, so there'll be some Essence Stones from here. 2,500, 2,500, so 10,000, like 5,000, say total of like 7,000 here. So I should be roughly about, give or take with some codes, like 10,000 by the time the next patch comes out. Am I screwed for water? 110%. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. Now here's the thing. The devs need to make this work really, really, really well for Dark, because the Dark really hasn't had much time in the limelight. They've always been an afterthought. They come out with OP characters that we all want since Sung Hilwan, obviously. Not many has come out since then, obviously, but many. And we'll talk more about Mini shortly. When Mini came out, everybody was like, okay, you know what, Dark might have a chance finally. And then Sung Hilwan was announced, and everyone was like, oh my god, the dad's out finally. Daddy Sung is out. Everybody wants to use him. And then he was just not viable in anything. Now Igris is out, and finally we have a cohesive, really powerful Dark team with Sun Kihun obviously being introduced as well too in the draw. So this is one of those times where the devs need to really do everybody a solid here and give Dark some limelight. Now, let me tell you guys the impact this man has had on my account personally so far. Okay, so if you guys have been following my whole journey here, you guys should be aware that two things have been happening. Number one, I've always missed out on very, very popular, very vital, critical units in this game on my free-to-play account. So, for example, I don't have Gina past A0. I've had her on my banner for 3 months, 4 months. I have yet to get a copy of her. Okay, I just finally hit A5 on Jinna, just finally hit A5 on Leonard. Don't have the resources, but I finally hit A4 on Goto. So they're finally starting to look good together. Okay, Dark has always had a struggle. Mini was fantastic back in the day. Unfortunately now, she's kind of sitting on the back, right? She's lasted for about 2.5 months, maybe 3 months was the last time the Idol collab was around, where she was kind of decent, but she wasn't really, again, viable in anything. We used her on Guild Boss POD, and that was probably about it. Maybe some simulation, but that's about it. And Sung Hilwan came out as well too. Again, they buffed him because he wasn't doing, he wasn't up to snuff at the time. And then again, he became OP, wasn't viable. SM Beck, another really, really powerful unit that never really had a chance to shine. And now on Guild Boss, he's absolutely dominating, right? Where this is all starting to occur and also all coming together are two units. Number one is, of course, Sun Kihun, which is an amazing buffer breaker that we've all been waiting for. But lastly, it's going to be Igris. Now, I'm going to show you guys here again the impact. But before I do that, I want to remind everybody, content creator program, guys, still going on, still going strong. Make sure you hit that support button, guys. It's absolutely free. It's in every single description, every single pinned comment. It's Guys, we've got about 7 codes coming your way this season, so make sure you hit that support button, get yourself in. Remember, guys, it doesn't cost you anything. It helps me get you guys some codes, and remember to join the Discord as well and get yourself on the giveaways, because every season I give out $100 to any subscriber, $150 to my top 150 or top 100, and then my number one supporter always gets $200 Canadian every single season. I've never failed to pay that out, and it's always there. So, guys, hit that support button, get yourself in. Okay, so let's go over this. Now, I'm still missing Sun Cahoon. Okay, and I don't have a very good Harper. My Harper is, where is she? She is right here. You guys can see I don't even have her weapon. She's A3. I don't even know how I got her to A3. I think it was just random fails on 50-50s just ended up happening. I don't have a good Freerin. Freerin is A0. Obviously, I decided to go for Fern, which I don't regret whatsoever. And then, of course, I don't have Sun Kahuna, which I do have him here at A0, I think. So, where is he? Right there. Now, just this topic real quick. A lot of people are like, Payne, can you please talk about this and how unfair it is to get him for everybody? Honestly, guys, there's no urgency to get him. There really isn't an urgency unless you really want to increase your scores for Guild Boss. There really isn't an urgency right now to get him, so I'm not stressing it because it's eventually going to happen. Custom tickets are things we get pretty often, so it over time will get him anyway. So I'm not overly concerned about it. Yes, it does suck. Yes, it's much harder, but it's also a good thing because we don't have to wait a whole month and a half. And honestly, for every free-to-play player, let's be real. I just want to put it in perspective. If you were to choose between Igris or Sun Cahoon and you choose Sun Cahoon, you're crazy. Just going to say that out there. Igris is providing way more to this team than Sun Cahoon is. Okay, so let's talk about Igris and the impact again that he's had. Now, I'm going to go into Guild Boss specifically because honestly, my team has never been, on my free-to-play specific, because I've missed a lot of key pieces, I've never been that strong, right? Now, on my free-to-play at the moment, and you guys can see my Sian Hilat here, for example, if I go in here, doesn't actually have an A10 weapon, doesn't have the greatest gear. At the time, I've just been using them. However, I need to use them. But Igris, Isla, and Sian Hilat have actually been able to push this team. And look at this. My Lee Bora is at A3 with an A0 weapon. I did not use Charlotte. So did I use Charlotte? Oh shit, I did use Charlotte in this team. That was unexpected, and I actually didn't want to use her there. That was surprising. So we ended up doing quite a bit of damage, like 100 RC with a mediocre setup team, only because I didn't have it. But this is all because of Igris's contribution to this whole team, right? So for those who are wondering, can he do well without Sun Cahoon? Yes, he can definitely. Look, so this team was doing about 75 RC before Igris was here. 75, right? And my fire team did 85 here, and they again don't have Gina, and that's a big deal. That's a huge loss. I probably could do like 90, 91, 92 with this team if I had Igris here. I'm also missing another key pieces out here as well too in terms of weapons and stuff. Like I don't have Fern's weapons, etc. Right? But this team right here, like this combination here, Dark would have never reached the heights of the Elemental Stacker team of fire if it wasn't for Igris. So this is showing you guys the power of elemental stackers. Not to mention, at the time I did this, and I forgot this, is I didn't have the books ready for it, so I have to go back and redo the library and get some more books. I only had a couple of books put into, like my fire had most of my books in here, but I actually didn't do this correctly even. I didn't go in here and put the proper books in. So there's a lot here that I can still add, guys, to this team to make it even more powerful. So for those, again, wondering if Igris is worth it without Sun Cahoon, yes, absolutely he is. If I had an SM Beck at A5, with the proper gear, I would be using him as well, and that number would even skyrocket more, right? That's the impact of an elemental stacker. So yes, I finally got up to A5. Am I happy? Absolutely. Am I going to miss out on the next maybe 2 units? For sure. I think that may actually end up happening. I might go for Antoine next, or I may end up saving up for Liu and working on my dark team, getting lower up, and then get my dark team up and then see what comes next. But honestly, guys, just again, I want to show you guys the impact of Igris, not only on just Guild Boss, but how quickly I was able to finish the first boss on hard mode with Sian Hilat, Igris, and Isla with over a minute and a half left, when normally I only have like 30 to 40 seconds left, if that, sometimes with the water team. So there you guys go. That's why these units were introduced. It's to make different teams, things a little bit more viable, your units to do more damage. So elemental stackers, guys, are making a big impact in this game, and they absolutely should not be ignored. So for those who are wondering if you summon, I'm showing you my numbers on free to play. Hopefully they kind of inspire some folks. Listen, I'm not the greatest Guild Boss player. I'm not the greatest POD player. I do love WOBL more than anything else, and I was able to finish it. And I'm just showing you guys that this unit is pushing numbers out the ass like no other unit that I have so far, not even Christopher Reed. So I hope this, guys, helps you guys a little bit. Now, it's a little bit unfair though, because I think attack always has a little bit more advantage versus defense in terms of damage. And Igris will do a little bit more damage, I think, because he's attack spec, but that's just, you know, It's just how it is. It's how it's built. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, thank you for those who attended the live stream today. Remember to like, subscribe, support. Hit that support button, guys. Get yourself some free codes. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.